They say Whispering Hollow was once a quiet patch of forest in the back roads of West Virginia, a place where kids hiked in summer and old men hunted deer in the fall. Then one Halloween night, a teenage girl vanished there. No one ever found her body, but some claim they still hear her voice when the wind drags across the trees. Years later, a group of 5 friends decided to camp near that same forest. Nina was the one who picked the spot. She said her cousin disappeared somewhere around there 20 years ago, and part of her wanted to see where it happened. Jason thought it would make a cool ghost hunting trip. Mia and Cole just wanted a break from college. And Amber, well, she tagged along because she hated being left out. They drove through the old town of Ravenwood on the way, one of those dying towns with boarded windows, cracked gas pumps, and a diner that looked frozen in 1982. Inside, the waitress kept staring at them like she'd seen them before. When Nina mentioned camping by the hollow, the woman stopped mid-pour. "You kids don't want to do that. That place don't forget faces." They laughed it off. Every small town has its ghost stories. By the time they reached the trail, the sky was already dim. The trees rose like a wall, thick and tangled, the kind of forest that swallows light. They set up camp by a stream, cracked open some beers, and joked about who'd die first if it turned into a horror movie. When night fell, the forest went silent. No crickets, no frogs, just wind whispering through the branches. Then came the voice. It was faint, like someone humming an old tune just beyond the trees. "Probably a raccoon," Jason said, grabbing his flashlight. He never came back. They searched for hours, calling his name, finding nothing but his flashlight, half buried in mud. By midnight, fog rolled in so thick they could barely see each other. Nina's phone picked up static, then a girl's voice saying, "Why did you leave me?" Cole swore it was a prank, but when he checked the camera on his phone, the last photo was of their group, except someone else stood behind them. A girl in an old-fashioned summer dress, her face pale and blurred, eyes open wide. The next morning, the campsite looked untouched. No signs of struggle, no gear, no footprints, just Nina's journal lying by the stream. The last line read, "She wants to go home, and she's taking us with her." A few days later, a search team found a cabin deep in the woods, half collapsed, covered in vines. Inside were old photographs pinned to the wall. One showed a group of 5 friends around a campfire. They looked exactly like Nina and her friends, but the picture was dated October 31st, 1985. Nobody goes near Whispering Hollow now. The road that led there was sealed off after another car went missing last fall. But truckers say if you pass through Ravenwood at night, your radio cuts to static. And if you listen close, you'll hear a girl laughing through the noise. Some say it's just the wind. Others say it's Nina, still out there, walking the hollow, whispering to whoever dares to come close. And if you ever hear her voice calling your name from the trees, don't answer. The story didn't end with that search team. 2 months later, a park ranger named Evelyn Price was assigned to patrol the restricted zone near Whispering Hollow. She'd heard the rumors, of course: missing hikers, distorted radio signals, lights seen in the fog. But she didn't buy into ghost stories. She just wanted her paycheck. One night, she picked up a weak distress signal on her radio. "Help! Stuck! Camp!" The coordinates led straight into the hollow. Evelyn drove as far as the dirt road would take her and finished the rest on foot. The forest was unnaturally quiet again. Her flashlight beam trembled through the fog. Then she saw it, a flicker of orange light deep between the trees. When she got closer, her breath caught in her throat. A campfire burned in a perfect circle of stones. 5 figures sat around it, motionless. The smoke didn't rise. It just hovered, swirling in place. "Hey," she called out. "You folks all right?" No one moved. The air felt heavy, charged, like the forest was holding its breath. Evelyn stepped closer and realized the fire wasn't hot. The logs weren't burning at all. They were just glowing. Then one of the figures turned its head. It was Nina, but her skin was pale as wax, and her eyes reflected the firelight like mirrors. Evelyn stumbled backward, her radio crackling alive with static. Through the static, a childlike voice whispered, "She found us. Now she'll find you." The next morning, her truck was found idling at the edge of the hollow. Door wide open, radio still hissing. Evelyn Price was never seen again. After that, the state sealed the forest for good. Locals say the land's cursed, that it loops time itself, trapping anyone who steps too deep inside. But there are still nights when the fog rolls down from those hills, and truckers swear they see the glow of a campfire flickering through the trees. They say if you pull over and listen, you'll hear laughter echoing through the dark, and a girl's soft voice humming that same old tune. And when people ask what really happened in Whispering Hollow, no one can agree. Some say it's just superstition. Others claim it's a government cover-up. But if you ever drive past Ravenwood and your radio cuts out, don't stop. Don't look in the trees. And if you hear a voice whisper your name, just keep driving. Because some places don't forget faces. They remember, and they wait.